Hello everyone and welcome to Spear Tier 1. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here in Singapore for my favorite track on the calendar. Lewis, as I mentioned, is in the commentary box with me. How are you doing, bro?
I'm very good, bro. Good evening, everyone. We're here back, and Singapore is also on for today. Great race. How many safety cars we'll get? I'm gonna guess
Too
three.
many.
Nah, I don't think it'll be. I think it won't be the worst, but I think we will. If I don't see a safety car around here, the race could end up being boring, or we've just lost a lot of people and somehow not had safety cars. That's my two scenarios. But very happy to be here. It's still sunny outside, or still light, barely outside. That's when we know we're getting towards the latter half of this season. Traditionally, we always tend to finish around this time of the year for this season, the long season. That started all the way back before the end of last year. It's been a long, basically almost 6 month period, about 5 months. So yeah, glad we're nearly there now. Got a few more races, but a great one to be on now in Singapore and see who can. Obviously, the championship's wrapped up. Vaporizer's got it, but that should mean we should get some exciting races. Will Vaporizer try and go from the back again? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? He's still in the pits, so yeah, I'm not ruling that fact out. As Healy puts in a 1:37.5 to start off his qualifying session. He's currently on pole position. Yeah, we saw a very interesting end to the Tier 2 race yesterday with the safety car very late on, which yeah, spiced some things up, let's put it that way.
Help me.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not very surprised, let's put it that way, if we're going to see the exact same scenario unfold here tonight. Vemu improves to a 1:36.5, a second faster than Healy. He puts his Ferrari now on pole position, and it's waiting for the rest of the grid to put in the first couple of laps as well.
Yeah, and I expect everyone qualies on the soft. However, the soft is not a race tyre. It's a one-stopper, this race, so expect to either be a hard... Well, the best strategy is hard to mediums. Those mediums are so much better. Yeah, and having that in the second half of the race gives you tremendous performance advantage. Very similar to a lot of previous seasons and previous games around this circuit, really. The difference now is because it's a shame because back in the day, it was one of those tracks where because you had to qualify on what you finished in the top 10, anyone that did dare to qualify on the softs had to obviously go soft but then hard for a very long period. Now with this, the only downside of this tyre strategy now that you don't have to start on that tyre, it makes it a very easy one-stop because this track's always a one-stop. It's the longest amount of time you lose on a circuit in the whole season, so it's really, out of all the tracks, you don't want to be stopping more than you need to, unless it suits under safety car conditions. So now, though, it makes it so people can do either medium to hard if they're further at the back, or maybe want to be on alternate. But I expect a lot of people, particularly at the front, starting on the hard, so that they can eke out that strategy and then have a lot of pace later on.
I remember, and this is for the people who've been here when it was F1, well, what are we going to say, 18, 19? When
I'd
we
say
had
18,
like,
19, 20.
yeah, when we had like 600 different compounds with the hyper and the ultra soft and the super soft and the soft, it was like insane, and it was always the debate before going into the lobby. What is the strategy? Are we going to get? Because you knew that if you were somewhat quick or normally around P8 or P7 through qualifying, if you put on that, in that case, ultra soft tire, you knew you were going to start at least inside the top 3, if not on pole position, because the people who were doing really well in the championship were not going to take the gamble on starting on the softer tire. They were always going to start on the middle tire. So it always did spice some things up when starting the race, and sometimes it paid off, especially when rain was there about, or when there was an early safety car or stuff like that. So yeah, that really gave something special to this track. Like you said, Lewis. Now we're not having that kind of excitement, but you never know. We saw it yesterday with the late safety car, people going back to the softs. Um, yeah, we can definitely see
Yeah.
something again tonight. So yeah, let's wait and see.
Yeah, the softs, I don't think quite as bad. I mean, back in the day, you could only do like 4 laps on the softs. If that was your first stint, 4 or 5 laps, and then they'd be gone. Here, it's a little bit longer. Generally, even the mediums can last a good, I'd say, probably 13, 14 laps before they become a struggle. The hards, yeah, they last quite a long time, but they don't give you the best performance, which is understandable, but the biggest durability. Vaporizer's is still in the pits, so he may well be looking to just battle from the back. So far, we got a Red Bull and an Alpha through. Vamo is on provisional pole at the moment, and it's by quite a gap. It's 1 second. And obviously everyone is on soft, so that's not like a different track.
Yeah, I saw Vemu and Vaporizer in the chat challenging who has been quicker through time trial. And just before going into the lobby, Vaporizer was a 10th quicker than Vemu, so they will definitely have similar pace as Vaporizer started his out lap, so he is probably going to put it in a lap and yeah, going to participate in this qualifying session. The rest of the guys who haven't been able to set a lap are now on their out lap as well, and when I'm following Brizin, who is about to end his lap. He is coming out of the final chicane on towards the... No, not the final chicane, sorry. He is going through the tunnel now, and this is going to be the final chicane before the double left hand and the end of the lap. And yeah, getting very close to the wall. I'm still wondering, Lewis, you probably know that better than me. Is it still an invisible wall? Or is it still going to give you an invalidation?
I know exactly what. Are you referring to the corner after?
Well, if we're looking at, let's go on board with Roy, because he is trying to put in a lap now, and then I will tell you. It's like after the short straight, after the hairpin, you've got that straight, and then the right-hander. Normally, there was like an invincible wall. You either hit the wall or you got an invalidation when you didn't. But you really had to keep it within the white lines, while watching everyone in real life, they just went up to the absolute limit, almost against the wall, but you couldn't do that on the game.
So are you referring to this corner Roy's coming up
Yeah,
to
Roy's
now?
coming up now, yeah, so you brake and then you want to run it very deep, but then it gives you an invalidation, but for now Roy took it pretty much how you want to, and it doesn't give him an invalidation, and it's also not damaged his car, so I think it's all good now in this game.
Yeah, you can't go all over. You can't all over the white line. You have to still have at least 2 wheels inside the track. But yeah, I didn't have any issues of hitting an invisible wall. There was also one before that. So if you just finished sector 1, as Roy goes P1, 136.4, just ahead of Ramo. Just after the end of sector 1, you got your left-hand 90-degree angle, and then you got your 90-degree angle. On the right, so you got your left. So you've done first sector. After the DRS straight, brake, go into the left-hander, and then you got the right-hander. I remember there used to be on the exit sometimes a fake wall, invisible wall there as well in previous games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the cost channel saying the barrier that stuck out after Sector 2 that killed Faramir in Season 5. That's exactly the one I'm talking about. Like, it caused so many chaos. And especially when I was still sweating time trial, when you were on a good lap, and then you ran a little bit too deep, and then it completely ruined your lap. It was so frustrating, like, oh my days.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a glitchy circuit in the past, shall we say. So, yeah, it's we'll see how it goes in the race. I didn't have any issues. I've had any issues with this circuit for with glitchy stuff. One thing that they have done is as you come towards the where it's kind of like this stand, that big stand where and then before you go underneath the tunnel, underneath the stand.
Yeah.
Is that right, left, and then left, right? Well, when you go for the first right, left, so after that invisible wall, you take the right, and then as you go left, it used to be underpass, get 2 wheels over the curb.
Yes.
Now the game will make you understeer badly and head towards the wall if you take too much of that, so you can't get 2 wheels over the curb. But I think they've deliberately done that.
Vemu was on for a really good lap, but exactly the corner you were talking about, he completely missed the apex, lost a little bit of the car, and that is his lap gone. So I think he's going into the pits now. Yes, he is. So it's very close to the top. Vaporizer on a 136.3. We've got Troy on a 136.4. Roy with a 136.4 himself, and then Vemu with a 136.5. After that, there's a little bit of a gap to Hilly in P5. With News definitely wanting to improve as well and get a little bit close to his teammate. We've got DK and AJ both on a 137.7. Jones and Holky both on a 137.8. So yeah, it's a competitive qualifying, and gaining a couple of temps can push you up a couple of positions.
Yeah, nice one. So we've got Troy in P2. Vaporizers, yeah, obviously did do the quali lap. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the EU2 people are. So far we've got Matty Robbo P14, but he's not reset competitive at that time. Jack Hawkey P10. AJ... Is AJ? AJ's not a... AJ is a... AJ is an EU2 rider, yeah, he's P8 currently. So got a couple of Tier 2 drivers out there at the moment. In reasonably good condition, so we're getting towards now what will be the final run of quali. So the only person who hasn't done a lap is Elliot. He's just, yeah, he's in the pits, yeah. Oh, we've got people coming out now. Trying to see who's going to do a lap. I think Vapes is going to be the one who does his lap first.
Yeah, he's still... I don't know what he's up to. He's got
Vapes.
full battery, but he's already doing... this lap has taken him 5 minutes.
Oh.
I think he's preparing himself for a lap. Yes, he is. So let's go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver. And let's see what he can do around this Singapore track.
Here we go.
Ooh, Roy, 5 place grip penalty for illegal blocking. That's probably coming out of the pits as he was letting Vapes go through. That is a really annoying penalty to take. As everyone now is starting to go for their final run in this session. What is Vapes doing? He is improving by 3/10 already. He's currently on a 138.0. It's looking like a solid lap from Vapes at the minute.
Yeah.
Without,
towards...
yeah, no traffic in front, so
yeah,
it shouldn't distract him.
Thing when you're going through, people are on outlaps still. Although this track, you kind of, it's a tricky one. Although tyre temps is a big issue in the race, this is a night race. Getting tyre temp in that first lap is quite tricky. He's 7/10 up on his previous best, so he's 138 before. So at the moment, he's looking around the 137 dead points, which is, if he can, that's gonna be around P5 currently.
Yeah, I think he's going to improve even more through sector 3.
Yeah, looks good.
Such a good lap from Vapes, hitting every single apex. 2 more left-handers to go. Oh, and then he loses it!
Oh.
And that is the commentator's curse right before the end.
And you just think, like, now, in this situation, the first corner, just a bit too much throttle. It's a corner where you do commit so much, and he just went a bit too much on the throttle too early, and the rear end went out of his way. So now we've got a number of people on the go. Try to find the next one who's on a lap, who's close to the line. Big McLaren. McLaren towards the line, 138.255. Risen. The next one then is a Red Bull or Williams. Oh, it's Matty. Matty, is he on a lap? No, he's about to start a lap, it looks
Yeah, I'm
like.
currently on board with news. He's being followed by Vaporizer. Behind him is Roy. And Troy is behind Vemu. So we've got a lot of the quick guys all coming after each other.
Yeah.
Oh, News so close to that wall when going through that first tunnel, so to say. And he is up and improving so far, almost half a second. He will be looking to get into the 136. DK improves to P5, Jones improves to P6, Hilly remains in P7 as the flag is out. As News, out of the top guys, will be the first one to come across the line. What can he do in the Williams? 2 more corners to go. As he puts in a 136.8. Vaporize improves to 135.7. Here comes Vemu.
Oh, Jack Hawkey is crashed, I believe.
Yeah, Hawkey is out. Here comes Vemu, sorry. Oh, he ran a little bit wide, and it's a 136.5. And Troy has retired. So, as it stands right now, we've got Vaporizer on pole position. Is Brisson going to do something magical? No, he's not. It is Vaporizer on pole position with, alongside him, Roy in the Williams.
Yeah. Love to see it. And yeah, Roy, crucially, 5 place penalty for that illegal blocking.
Yeah, so he will drop down a couple of positions. So Vaporizer takes pole position here around Singapore. Roy drops down a couple of positions. So that means Troy will be alongside him in P2. Vemu, News, DK, Jones, Hilly, Brisson, AJ rounds up to top 10. Hawkey P11, Vapes P12, Charlie P13, Matty P14, and we've got Elliot P15. By the way,
Nice.
quickly mentioning that if you put the command exclamation mark and then comms, the streambot says tonight's commentary team is the legendary duo of Thomas and Lewis. I absolutely love that. I don't know who did that, but love to you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I quickly wanted to mention that. Going to spam it once again because I just want to see it.
That is great. I'm happy. I'm happy about that. That is beautiful. And now, as we said before of air, we now get ready for the longest race of the season. And it's dark. And I mean,
Surprise, surprise. Well, it's dark outside now as well for me. I don't know what it's about for you.
Not quite. It's still a bit light. We've still got the sun here in the western part of, well, in the west country of the UK. But yeah, it's definitely dark in Singapore, but it's not raining, as my trademark saying.
Yeah, and it stays dry as well. So at least that is not something that's going to make this race any longer than it already is. I wanted to mention something before starting this race, but I completely forgot. Sounding like my girlfriend now.
What's the I'm trying to think. Predictions.
Predictions. Yeah, Vaporizer I think is going to take this one. I'm going to say Troy P2, Vemu P3.
I'm going to go with Roy being able to get back into P2. I'm with you. Vaporizer's just got the pace. Oh, and we're into it.
Yep, no formation lap, so it's 5 red lights. And away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a good start from Vaporizer, good start from Troy. And Troy actually takes the lead. Yes, he does. A little bit of a collision between him and Vaporizer, but it's the Mercedes in the lead. Vaporizer P2. Vemu spins. Vemu is round. It's the 2 Williams up into P3 and P4 now. Big mistake from Vemu. I think he got touched from the back end. And he is all the way around and now dropped down to P14. Everyone got away cleanly though, as I think no one has any damage. And we're on the way for the Singapore Grand Prix.
Yeah, no damage, and it was contact for the Ferrari or the Aston Alpine get very close there. That's the PW Jones and Jack Hawkey around the outside. Jack Hawkey makes the move stick as the Aston Martin leaves a tail of rubber. But yeah, it was just contact. I don't know who it was he had contact with. The slightest of contacts, but cold tyres around that corner. He is now back in the field, but fortunately, no damage.
So looking at the tire situation, we've got pretty much everyone in the field going on the hard tire, apart from a couple of guys in the middle. DK, AJ, Hawkey, Jones and Vapes all went for the medium tire.
Big crash! Big crash. Lots of people. Aston Martin of Jones making an absolute dive bomb on Jack Hawkey, spinning Jack Hawkey, and then other people just didn't have time to react and hit the back of him. There's a McLaren that's lost its front wing.
Yep,
a
brilliant.
few people have lost wings here. A lot of people going in the pits. Oh, Jack Hawkey, I think, just tapped the wall there. Yeah, that's a chaotic first lap. And
First
Troy
lap
is out.
done and dusted. We've got Troy in the lead, Vaporizer following him closely. Then there's a little bit of a gap forming already, 2.2 seconds to Roy. DK in P4, AJ P5, Jones P6, Matty moves all the way up to P7, Vemu now moves himself up into P8, and AJ is out, and I think that is going to be our first safety car. Yes, it is.
Oh, he's lost it big on the exit. So the Alpines have had an absolute shocker of a first lap, and everyone who's had to pit will be very happy about that because they will now have not lost that time from obviously having to change their wings. The only thing that will be a nightmare, I suppose, for Nils, anyone that's not on a hard now will go back in the pits and go onto the hard tyre. Or, yeah, I would actually. I'd go back in the pits, put those hards back on, and just treat it like you're still doing a one-stopper. You'll be back at the end of the field. So, yeah, that's what I would do if I was any of those guys who've just pitted to repair their wing. Like Brison is on softs. Troy's left the session. Oh, Elliot's left the session. Oh, Hacko's left. Oh no. Please don't say we got issues. Hacko's left as well. Problem is, I don't have them as friends, so I can't invite them.
Let's see what I can do.
Yes, because Hacko's back in. That's one. That's very weird. A few people losing connection.
I can invite people, but let's see. Send Troy an invite, so you should be able to get back. So this is the perfect time for me to do a little bit of a self-promotion. Not really for myself, but for the Corners of Speed League. If you're watching this and you're thinking by yourself, I want to get into action as well, I want to race with these people out on track. You will have to be fast though, but it is possible. Make sure to join our Discord. Links should be on our Twitch channel. If not, you can go to either our Twitter or website, and it is now in the stream as well, the Discord link. Thank you very much, BK.
Yeah. So, yeah, has Troy got back in? Oh, Brison is disqualified. This race. I feel it's only lap 3, and I feel like we may be having some exciting moments here. It looks like Vaporizer, yeah, so it's Vaporizer as well that's not in the lobby. He's ghosting as well. So the top 2 are ghosting at the moment.
Roy says the lobby is glitched.
Oh.
We have to do a restart.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Oh my day. Okay, we will be back when we restart. Hello everyone, we're back. Attempt number 2 to get this Singapore Grand Prix going again. It's
Yeah,
still dry, it's still dark, and it's still the longest race of the season.
absolutely. We're not dying.
Oh,
If yeah, we're not gonna. We won't fall asleep. I promise.
well,
We
if the
can't.
drivers can help us with that, it will be great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah. So wait for the countdown. Obviously, no formation up. So let's do the predictions again. Vaporizer, Roy. I think Roy and I don't know P3. I really don't know P3. Troy. Let's go Troy. Screw it.
Vaporizer, Troy, Vemu.
Okay. Well, can Troy get the start again?
Good question. We will find out in
Yeah.
5 seconds time. 2, 3, 4. 5 red lights for attempt number 2. And away we go! It is Roy in P2, so he didn't have the 5 place grid penalty. We go again. Nonetheless, it's Vaporizer now with a good start. It is Roy and Troy. That's brilliant to pronounce after each other. In P2 and P3, Vemu didn't spin this time round. He got overtaken by News, who is now down the inside, and he moves himself up into P4. Everyone got away cleanly, and we're good to go once again.
Yeah, and this time Vaporizer. Troy's not going to be happy, but Vaporizer is. He's got the P1. Troy did manage to make up places, make up a place though still this time round. So P2 to P1 in the last start, P3 to P2 this time round. And a lot of these guys that end up with wing damage are going to be pretty happy. They got to restart. The Alpines in particular were the ones that were hit the hardest in that first start, which proves that every race is different. And the Alpines. Currently far less stressful, P7, P8 at the moment for those two guys. No incidents to report so far.
From what I can tell, we've got, I think, we were running on the medium tire. Not that it really matters, though. I think you should still start on the same tire they started on attempt number 1, but
Yeah.
never mind.
We've got 4 people on the mediums, and I think both Alpines were on the medium. Vapes, Hacker, maybe. Was there 5 people on the mediums before?
Yeah, I think it was. So I think we've got someone
Breaking the
not
law.
starting on a medium who did on the first attempt, but Vaporizer is checking out at the minute. Troy is following him, sort of. And Roy once again dropping off the pace, just doesn't seem to have the race pace at this stage of the race.
Yeah. It's early. Oh! Got Alpine again! Crashing at the exit. It's Jack Hawkey, and he's left the session, and he's created a safety car because he left the session.
I think it's a virtual one.
Hold it. Let's see. It's still gonna. Yeah, it is gonna be a
We're blessed.
We are blessed. But yeah, Jack decided to just quit there. But yeah, just like the other Alpine before him, AJ did the same thing in the first race. Yeah, Jack's done it on this one. So we're under VSC conditions. Brakes neutralised. Crucially, not to the point of the safety car. So we expect it to go green very shortly. In fact, Jack Hawkey his car is not far behind the rest of the field. And we are green.
Yep, we're good to go. Troy gained a little bit of time on that virtual safety car, so a good restart from him.
Yeah, indeed. And so, if anyone is new to the stream here, this is a 50% race distance. So it's half that of what a proper F1 race would be. So we've got 31 laps around here today. But the rules in terms of tyre strategy is the same tyre compounds. So a lot of the people, majority are on hards, the most durable tyre, the slowest tyre. The medium is a really good tyre around here, and especially good when the car is on lighter fuel loads, which is why a lot of the front runners are using the hard tyre initially, and then we'll look to go towards the medium later on. To be honest, there's another medium runner now. We haven't got many medium runners left. Jack Hawkey is pitted, so we only got 3 medium runners now in this field, and they're all in the midfield. AJ
And
is
Elliot.
quite a bit behind Jones.
Elliot and AJ side by side. It is Fapes joining the battle as well. It's now the AlphaTauri on the inside. He pushes him into the wall. He's losing 2 positions. DK wanted to get a little bit of a taste of it as well, but he couldn't take advantage of AJ having a bad exit. And it's now Fapes and Elliot going side by side, and still side by side. This is not where you want to be, side by side. It's the Alfa Romeo down the inside, and he gets in front.
Yeah,
and the DRS.
Yeah, and Vapes has got medium, so he would have wanted to stay ahead of Elliot. But AJ struggling. I wonder if he's got wing damage, because AJ with those mediums is falling behind.
Let's see if we can get a good look at his front wing. It seems intact. Nothing missing from our perspective.
Strange one. Right, Troy. Troy's still keeping Vaporizer honest here. Fastest lap of the race, 141.4 for the Mercedes runner. Williams third and fourth.
Very close to back of news. Is he going to make a move now on the straight? He will get DRS. Let's go on board with the Ferrari. How good is his straight line speed? Oh, he's quick.
Oh, I thought Vapes was going to lose it then. Somehow he keeps it on the island, but he's under pressure here. The AlphaTauri doesn't challenge him.
Oh, still side by side, but New stays in front, and this is costing Vemu a lot of time. As now Jones is able to maybe get back into the 1 second window.
Ammo, but it's alright. Very light touch. Get away with them around here. Oh, this might help. Nils had a little moment here, and he's going to have to defend the line. Is he going to do a little dive down the inside? No, he's going to try and do a switch back. But yeah, Williams doing a good job. AJ gets 3 seconds. First one to get penalties. In battle for these top, the 4th and 5th places. Roy keeping the other 2 honest, but Troy doing a very good job. Troy and Vaporize. Troy is not letting Vaporize get away here. And both have very similar energy as well. It's not like Vaporizer is being more energy saving, more energy savvy.
And Troy's not using any of his ERS on a straight here, so he's trying to save up a little bit himself. And Roy, he is probably pushing to get himself back into that 1 second window. I thought he was going to. Well, I thought these 2 were going to disappear in the distance, but Roy's doing a really good job to staying somewhat close to them.
Yeah. Yeah, Vamo's all over the back of Nils.
Can Vemu do it this time? Oh, it's Vapes who made a mistake. He's back going again. Yeah, Vemu is definitely quicker than News in this stage of the race.
Yeah.
But he hasn't found a way of getting past that Williams in front.
Yeah, not yet. There's a bit of a train. I'm sure AJ's got some damage. He's losing ground to Elliot, who got cards. Pumped actually, and Elliot's at the fast lap of the race on hards. Elliot's got some good pace here.
Oh, Van was so close.
It must have been Hacko that went off. Or somebody definitely had. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's Nate, sorry. So Elliot's got some decent pace.
Here comes Vembu. Oh, and he has to go round the outside. Niels is low on ERS. They're still side by side. Oh, they touch! Yep, and that is Niels. Yeah, but I think it was a little bit of oversteer from Niels.
Traction. Yeah, it was. That's going to be a safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Vamo's fault. I was on board with the Williams driver. The Williams guy just lost a bit of wheel spin, and he corrected it and put him in. And as he corrected it, he went into the Ferrari. So that means now the problem is for anyone that's on the hard tyres, it's too early to pit. You could pit for mediums and then pit again for another set of mediums later on. But you don't want to be in these sort of situations. Just the guy at the front, because you're the one who you have to guess. Whilst when you're further back in the field, you can sort of see people who are pitting, who aren't. You have less to risk. So you'll expect some people to stay out just to gain track position, because around here, even if you've got older tyres, I feel like track position is more important here. And Vaporizer is not going to pit. Will Troy do the opposite? No, Troy's going to stay out. So so far, the hard tyre runners doing what I think they would do, staying out.
Is AJ going into the pits? I would say yes.
No, he's not.
No?
Brisen is. I suppose I get it, because you won't be able to make the hards last till the end either. So you end up on the hard tyre, the slower of the tyres, but it's a free pit stop. He could have gone on the hards and run back onto a medium, but he's wanted to keep track position for now. A few people pitting for mediums.
You can pretty much bet everything you have on the fact that there will be another safety car, so it doesn't really matter what you're doing at this stage of the race, I suppose. Going by that logic.
Yeah.
So, neutralization of the race. Once again, time for me to ask everyone in the chat and watching right now, if you're watching this, you want to get involved, make sure to join our Discord to sign up for next season. We still got some places available, so yeah, if you're interested in league racing, want to have a competitive professional league, make sure to join. AJ in the chat say he forgot his setup. Yeah, for people who just tuned in, this is our second attempt of doing the Singapore Grand Prix. We had a little bit of a glitch very early on our first attempt, in fact after lap 2. So we had to go again, and because there wasn't a qualifying, people had to load their setup during the race, and that is exactly what AJ didn't do, and that's why he is, I don't want to call him slow, but not at the pace he's used to.
Should we wait for this pause in live action? And we look at the people who did pit. Some of them on the hard, someone on the mediums. Oh, there's another one, Hilly's pitting. I guess that is going to be for mediums. The guys that have gone on to mediums are kind of, okay, they're definitely going to have to stop again, which is a bit of a risk, but not at the same time because of the amount of people that have yet to stop on the hards. So that means that they now have quite an aggressive, they're going to be on the better tyres no matter what, so they can really, I almost actually, to be fair, I get the people that have gone onto the mediums than the people that have gone onto the hards. Because the guys on the hards will have to eventually pit for mediums. They won't. They probably, thinking about it, lap 8, they probably could make it to the end. But it's a slow tyre. Whilst if you are on the medium, and there's probably going to be another safety car. So you're going to be in this period where you're on a slower tyre, whilst being on the medium is quite a smart choice because you're going to be quick no matter. Yes, you're going to lose a load of time in the pits, but if it was a safety car later on, then it suits you perfectly anyway, because if you can get to around lap 18, 19, then you're going to be pitting again for those final set of mediums.
Yeah, I think DK and Vapes will definitely try to run it till the end of the race on those hards, if nothing happens anymore regarding any safety cars. I expect the safety car to come in this lap. In fact, we've got the message on the top of our screen. Safety car will be coming in this lap.
Here we go then. Then Vaporizer, give it the boot. I reckon he will look to make the boot possibly coming out of this left-right section. There we go.
Yep, and there we go. Vaporizer with the safety car restart. Troy was absolutely ready. And is he trying to make a move?
Absolutely.
Going into turn 1. Side by side, Vaporizer defends the inside. Is that going to give Troy the inside?
Oh! Oh! He's going to have better traction, but no, the Mercedes does. He will have the inside line, or there's a bit of contact, so he can't do the cut and switch back. You're going to have to use a lot of energy. Vaporizer's desperate to keep ahead. He brakes late, which is going to compromise him a little bit. But I think he's just done enough. Williams struggling to keep the car from hitting the back of the Mercedes there, Roy and Troy. Yeah, Vaporizer wasn't the greatest restart, because he kind of he kind of just gradually got up to speed, and Troy was like, okay, well, I think you're going now. And he's so far been able to deal with it, and he has kept ahead of the Mercedes runner.
Everyone somehow got away cleanly. Oh, we've got Matty and DK side by side. Matty stays in front and L Vapes is trying to get into the action. Matty defends and L Vapes is side by side with DK. We've got someone off, that is Elliot.
Yeah,
Elliot made a mistake. Matty stays in front.
And Jack Hawkey's car is still racing, even though it's not.
Yeah, he didn't retire, he just left the session, that's why.
Yeah. So Vaporizer ahead, lap 10 of 31. We're just about 1/3 there. Troy closely following, Roy in P3. Those hards will be able to go a little bit further now. Those guys that haven't pitted have been able to extend their stint.
This is the point now. Troy needs to stay within that 1 second. He did a really good job last time round until the DRS got enabled, and then it was pretty much easy going for him, it looked like, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, Brizin and AJ. Oh, Brizin! And that's probably going to be another safety car. Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's still too early. It's still too early to go onto mediums, surely. This is a bit of a nightmare. Now, this is the problem. If more people had have gone for the medium tyre, they'd be for the first stint. They'd be looking pretty good right now. But the problem you have is lap 10. It's just too early. You're not going to be able to make your mediums last this long competitively. But will someone risk it all? one of these guys try and think, you know what, I want to go onto a fresh tyre, but for me it wouldn't make sense because you're just going to put yourself further back. But Troy's going to go for it.
Oh no, Troy was faking it.
Ah.
Oh, you got pranked.
Charlie does pit from the medium tyre. Kind of don't get that one. He's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Okay. Wow. Did he spin?
Yeah. He must have done. I just switched off him as he was going in the pit, so I didn't see it. Maybe he hit the wall. But yeah.
It's so strange because Roy, was it? Yeah, it was Roy. He got a 5-place grid penalty in qualifying for blocking the exit, and now Charlie going into the pits gets a disqualification regarding blocking. It's like you don't want to make a pit stop around here, it seems like. So people in the chat, if you've got something to ask or if you got something funny about a specific topic, I don't care what, throw it in there, spice some things up. We've mentioned everything possible during the previous safety car, and this is the moment where nothing is happening, and Hulky is AI picks up a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Love to see that. And we've got AJ on softs. What?
Without a front wing. DK and Matty making an overtake. Okay. It's all kicking off here.
Oh, it's lap 11 now. Of 31. Oh, he got another lap, I'm sure.
Yep. And I think with AJ coming in for sure, I'm not convinced that we're going to get this race on the way again next lap.
Yeah, we've got AJ quite a few seconds behind. But he should be able to catch up. Yeah, we're going to be going again. So, I think he is. Oh yeah, AJ is retired. So it leaves us with 11. We're gonna have top. We're gonna have everyone finishing points. Oh, we had someone spin. I just saw someone spin, and that was Roy. Roy has spun in the safety car period, so he's now down to P6.
It's not the first time we're seeing people spinning on the safety car.
No, absolutely not, and it's because of the issue of people trying to keep the tyres up, and I get it. When you've got those hard tyres now 11 lap old, they're probably at around 25% warm, maybe 20. So between 20 and 25, maybe even actually, some people might even be towards 30 as we get the safety car in this lap board. So they are trying to keep the temperatures up, and they just got a bit carried away.
So Vaporizer will be looking to get a little bit of a better restart compared to last time round, where he got attacked by Troy straight away. Troy will be hoping for the same scenario.
Yeah.
When is Vaporizer gonna go?
Wait with bated breath.
And he's going. And Troy was once again ready. Oh, and he's getting a better exit.
Ooh.
But once again,
Oh, he's done it again.
No, down the inside.
Yeah, he's done it this time. Vaporize did not learn. I don't think he's going to get attacked by his teammate. We got a yellow in sector 1. That's Elliot. He's back already, but yeah, we got a new leader.
Oh, Matty with a bad exit. Lost 2 positions.
He lost a lot of places down P9. He was in P4. Oh, there's an Alpine. Jack Alpine. Yeah, and we don't really have any Alpines racing.
So, different restart and Troy is gone. Oh my days.
He's really checked out, hasn't he?
Already a second.
He's got the tyres up to temperature. Vaporize obviously struggles a bit more with the tyre temps initially on restarts, and he's under pressure from Vamo.
Yeah, Vamo seems to be quicker at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah, look at it. He's gaining again 3/10, 1.5 seconds clear now. Oh, and Vaporizer almost lost it. Yeah, he's struggling badly. And the only thing I can think of is his tyre temps. His car maybe is kind of on tyres, and he's just not been able to get the tyre temps. And they're older hards, and he's got a 3-second penalty.
Oh, it's not the restart Vaporizer would have hoped for.
1.7 seconds on one lap. Makes me think, has he got wing damage from maybe a bit of contact, or his car's very nervous? Like, he just doesn't look, he looks flustered driving. He's not used to
on screen.
He's
Or at least the front wing.
A lot of energy. But to me, it just, I'm guessing maybe it was just cold tyres.
Floor damage, maybe?
Nah. Oh yeah, that car is so nervous. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time. 2.2, 2.3. Yeah, he's got something wrong with that car. He's definitely got something wrong with that car. Because he's losing so much time to Troy. I wonder if he picked it up already. Oh, he got hit by the Ferrari behind him. And he slightly backed off there.
He's defending the place.
He's using a lot of energy as well. We haven't seen it. Oh, again, he does what I was saying about. He got a bit of understeer on the curb there, but he's got some big issues in that car. Oh, Vamo almost loses it as well. He's obviously decided he's not going to make that change until he actually needs to stop. But look at that, and Troy again, another 1.7 seconds. I mean, Vaporize is quick in the first sector, but he just can't get the power down.
I quickly want to mention Elliot. He made a move round the outside of the double left-hander, and he got himself up into P7. That was a brilliant move from Elliot. He is on a charge.
Shows you the mediums. The grip. Look at him. He's right on the turn. He's going to make a move on Hacko down the inside.
Hacko stays in front for now.
Yeah. Well, Vaporizer is a bit better now. This lap. Maybe it's just tyre temps. It's really low.
Here comes Elliot. Down the inside with the help of DRS. Job done. Up into P6.
Yeah. Those medium, especially against guys now ahead of him who are on 14 lap old hards. They're going to have nowhere near the grip advantage. Oh, he almost hit the wall.
Oh, Vaporizer once again with the back end stepping out.
Yeah, he's not losing as much time on this lap. In fact, I think he's actually a little bit quicker this lap.
Yeah, he was gaining a little bit. He's found his rhythm again.
Yeah.
Can Roy do something about that Aston Martin in front? It's quicker through qualifying. Roy seems to be struggling in the race.
Yeah.
Jones is very low on the DRS though. You see the light flashing on the back of the Aston Martin. We've got the two Red Bulls going at each other once again. And oh, I wanted to say he stays in front. Well, he does, but Matty is pushing him.
Oh, Elliott making a move on Roy down the inside. Yeah, thank you very much. And this is smart from Elliott because he will have to pit again, but so too does everyone else around him. So he's actually in a net P5, and he's going to soon be in a net P4. This is the advantage of stopping onto those medium tyres. And there you go. He's in P. At this rate, Elliott is going to be challenging the Ferrari guys in a second.
What a brilliant pace.
Yeah.
He will catch those Ferraris as well, I think.
Yeah, look at how the car's acting. The guys on the hards, the car's lazy, they're having to drive really slow. He is taking tenths out of each corner on those guys ahead. And those mediums are like the softs. They're not
and there we have
off.
it. With a move, with two overtakes as well on this lap. He puts in the fast lap of the race. He is a man on a mission.
Yeah, and like I said, everyone else ahead of him, yes, he does have to pit, but he could. The others are going to probably pit around lap 20, somewhere around that level. He, if he wants to, can either. Oh, he hit the wall there. Hopefully, he didn't get any wing damage. He can either stretch this to a soft run at the end, or hit around the same time as the guys ahead of him. He's driving very close to the wall.
If I was him, I would just extend and try to see if you can make it on the softs until the end of the race. Just depends how much he loses when these guys in front of him are going to pit for a fresh set of mediums.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like it's almost better to like undercut them. Even though he's only done 5 lap mediums, he'd be better to undercut them, get ahead. Because it's around here, it's much harder to overtake. So around this track, the track position is more key than being on the best tyre at the right time.
Ooh, Vapes with a mistake as he was trying to get past Roy. That gives DK P7.
Vaporizer's coming back towards Troy now.
Yeah, he's gaining.
Oh,
And Vemu pits. Oh, it's Vapes who went straight on, I think.
Yeah. And then just leaves the session.
So, Vemu into the pits. Matty follows him round. Vemu onto a fresh set of mediums. I think. No, it's not Matty, sorry, it's Roy. I think Roy will do exactly the same thing. Yes, he does. So, both on a fresh set of mediums. And Elliott now has Vaporizer in front. 1.5 seconds. Is he quicker? We will see this lap. So 10 people remaining in this race. Everyone at this stage will take points.
He is literally, Elliott is hitting the wall. Sides perfectly, but he's hitting the walls a few times on this lap alone.
car on board with him.
He's only 2/10 off his previous best, so he's at good speed, but Vaporwave is showing his immense pace as well.
Yeah, he's really closing in on Troy now. Is Troy saving? That's the big question. Looking at Elliot, he is on the limit.
Yeah, it's this sector where he'll gain the most. He does.
And Vaporizer comes in. The moment Elliot gets DRS, Vaporizer comes into the pits. So he will be going on to a fresh set of mediums as well. And with Elliot being on 7 lap old mediums, I think it's better for him to just carry on. And if there's a safety car coming around, he is in a prime position. And if he can pit for softs till the end of the race as well, he will be in a prime position as well. So Elliot, with a brilliant strategy call and an amazing pace, is in fact, well, I want to say on pole position to take a victory around here.
It's looking good so far. Vaporizer, question is, where does Vaporizer end up being?
Just in front of Vemu.
But it will have cold tyres. And it does make a difference around here. Having that lap, look at that, look at the grip.
Vemu picks up 3 seconds, going wide. That's an interesting place.
And even with DRS, the Ferrari can't get past.
Oh, but that was the switchback. Around the outside, Vaporizer the fence, but it will turn into the inside, and Vaporizer has got to give up that position. Vemu now in front of his teammate.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes Vaporizer to get temperature in the tyres, because he struggled on those hards. It will be better on the mediums, but it does take a couple of laps around here. Oh, he clips the wall slightly, but he gets away with it. But that shows you the power of the undercut. Now, Elliot, is Troy going? Troy's surely going to pit now and react, which he does. Oh, he clips the wall on the inside. Hopefully, that's not wing damage. And Elliot takes the lead. And Mercedes in the pits. He's got some mediums. He's out. Nice stop. The Ferrari boys are just gone under the stadium. They're coming up towards the final corner now. Such a slow pit stop. It's going to be close here.
Going to be really close.
It's going to be really close. Look at that, 139.8. He's going to take so much time. I think the Ferrari could get him here. It's an exact mirror of what happened. It just shows you being lazy on the undercut. I don't think this Mercedes is going to hold him by here. He's going to do the undercut. There we go.
With the DRS. But Troy seems to be really quick in a straight line speed. Yeah, no ERS for Vemu, so I think the Mercedes is going to stay in front. Is Vemu going to do the same thing? No, he's not. He's going to stay round the outside. And he gets the job done. Oh my days, what a move from Vemu.
Wow. Round the outside, round the outside. In the words of Eminem. And Vemu, from being P3, is effectively a net P1. But there's a safety. Oh, Vemu almost lost it.
Days.
If there was another safety car, that would change it all over again. But obviously, Vemu, of course, Vemu and Ferrari, both Ferrari drivers have 3-second penalties.
Yeah, but Troy and Vemu are low on ERS. Vaporizer seems to be okay, although he's on 20% himself.
Yeah, they're all low.
And Elliot is doing his thing now. He's definitely going to wait until he can get onto those softs. Unless he's just going to stretch it.
Yeah, could he get to the end? I mean, I personally think it's too far. Because the hards make about 20 laps competitively. I don't think he's going to be able to. But he can definitely pit and go onto softs.
Ooh, look at Vaporizer. Is he going to make a move? The problem is Troy will get DRS from Vemu.
Yeah. And now Troy will have tyres that are up to temperature. And the thing is, around here, I was saying just now, you really struggle to save your energy, which is surprising considering the street circuit. Yes, plenty of braking, but there's also a lot of high speed areas a lot of time on the throttle, and yeah, it's just really hard. You don't save, you aren't able to save the energy. So once you are low, it's tricky to get it back again, and that's what's happening with ammo. Tell you what, also, meanwhile, actually, there's someone we have forgotten about, who I think won't be able to hold out. I think Hilly is going to stay out to the end.
Yeah, very good one actually. Yeah.
I don't think Matty won't, and Hako won't. But Hilly's definitely able, from this distance, he can stay out. He can do 20 laps on those hards.
He's using a lot of curb. Jamie James in the chat as well. Good to see you, mate. Hopefully you're doing all good. Vemu with the fast lap on 149.7. He said class move from Vemu. It definitely was really well done by the Ferrari driver. Okay, Price is pushing. These three will be hoping for Elliott to make another stop. Although him being on a fresh soft compared to them running on the medium tire will be a big advantage for him as well. He's probably waiting for a safety car as well, but it's tricky with only 10 people, or in fact 9 people in this race, as Hawkey is running on AI. It's a tricky one, this. AJ with the information, he says tire deck on a medium is not that bad around here, so yeah, there is a chance Elliott is gonna go all the way. Oh! No way!
And that's gonna be a safety car. Vamo has just turned this race on its head. And if you're Elliott, who's coming right towards the pits now, you are a happy bunny.
Matty absolutely destroyed Vemu. I think he made a mistake and he was just on the middle of the track, and Vemu just couldn't react in time.
On those hard olds, what a shame. Now everyone is is that a soft or a medium? That's the only question, and he's gone for the safe option. Yeah, it's the safe option. Those softs wouldn't last. It's almost, you could do softs, but for Elliott, fresh set of mediums, Hilly pits as well.
Where is he gonna come out though? Because Troy is gonna overtake him.
Yeah, will Vaporizer get ahead?
No, Vaporizer pitted.
Yes, Vaporizer's gone for fresh mediums, which I'm kind of surprised about. Yeah, Troy now has got back. Yeah, Troy's got back into the lead. Albeit with 3 lap older mediums. Poor Vamo there.
I wish we had a replay option.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see what happened there. I saw a Red Bull spinning and then the next screen, so to say, was Vemu retiring. So they must have collided because Matthew was without a front wing, but I just don't get why he didn't ghost.
Yeah, very strange.
Diffuser and rear ring damage for Matty, he says in the chat, but still running in P9. If you're wondering what the sound is that you're hearing as well, I'm eating strawberries.
Lovely.
You have to get those vitamins going. In the chat, watching right now, what is your favorite fruit? Don't say fruitful, because we all love him. But you can't eat him. Well, you can, but We don't. Formula 1 channel, I don't eat fruit. I think that's Ricky then on the channel. Sorry Ricky, no offense.
So Matty is catching up the field. I expect us to resume in the beginning of lap 25, so that gives us 7 laps. The Vaporizer has some overtaking to do, and a 3-second penalty at the same time. If Vaporizer somehow turns this one around and wins it, then he really has one of the finest drives he's done. Seven laps to go when we go green.
Yeah, I don't know how happy Elliot has been with this safety car. I think he probably wanted to stay green conditions, if I'm honest. Because now...
Well, I'm not sure because he was going to pit anyway. He wouldn't have been able to make those mediums go all the way.
Yeah, that's the question. I don't think he was planning on pitting.
I don't know how you'd be able to make those mediums last. Like, those mediums would have done quite a few laps, because he'd already done about 7 or 8 laps, hadn't he? It would have been very close. Try and do 20 laps, because normally at mediums, you're looking at lap 13, 14. Yeah, you could stretch it further, but it would be very close to blow-up territory.
So we're going to get things underway again.
Yeah, Matty is not going to be able to join them.
Yeah, but he won't be having the pace as well with the diffuser and rear wing damage. So
yeah,
maybe it's better for him to just run on his own and take the points in P9.
Yeah, the car looks nervy.
When is Troy gonna go on board with Elliot to see? And Troy is gone already. Elliot was ready as we are starting lap 25 out of 31 after the 3rd safety car of this race. Hopefully the last. How much quicker is Elliot? 3 lap fresher tires. Is that going to make a difference?
Ooh,
He's quick.
He's right at the back.
Vaporizer already getting a position on Healy. Is Healy gonna come back?
Down the inside, he is. He's gonna dive it down the
inside.
inside.
Oh, look at DK! Look at DK! Oh, and well.
Troy just holding it on. Yellow, that is Matty.
Yeah, that car will be a nightmare to drive. Elliot is quick.
And Troy, behind.
Or Troy will do everything he can to defend that P1.
Elliot had pace. He was quick earlier on, like he's the fastest lap in the midfield. Elliot generally has the pace here, and crucially the fresher tyres, which are going to pay dividends later in this end of this race. Now, effectively, Troy's tyres are going to be they're not going to be absolutely dead, but they're going to be at a point where they're towards the end of their life. And you can see Elliot is all over the back of him.
Probably the fastest lap of this race, 1:39.7. No DRS as of yet. It will be enabled from the next lap onwards.
Seems to have less downforce. Elliott car.
Vaporizer moves up into P4. Yep. Love
Nice,
that.
nice. So P4, and the guy ahead has also got penalties, so that is a true battle for P3 right there.
And the people behind will be trying to stay within 3 seconds, so that they can take advantage of those penalties.
Yeah. 5.5 laps to go. Vaporizer, I'll tell you what, Vaporizer's got some serious pace. Just at the fastest second sector.
Yeah, he's liking those mediums.
Yeah. Especially as they're fresh. Roy's got 8 lap mediums, and you're seeing the difference right in front of your eyes in terms of performance.
So we're starting lap 27 out of 31, and this is the point where Elliott will be getting DRS. On the next straight, we will see that rear wing open up and giving that AlphaTauri a little bit more straight line speed. Will it be enough to get back into the lead? He was there before the safety car came out, and it will be looking to get himself back up into that position, but Troy got a really good exit, and the DRS is not going to help that much. It is going to help for Vaporizer, who moves himself up into P3, and is he quick enough to get back to the top 2?
Now, I think Elliott made a mistake there. He should have used all his energy to get past Troy. Because Troy was just reacting. I think he was hoping Troy would use up all his energy, but the problem is now you've got a Vaporizer who's admittedly got 3 seconds of penalties. Oh, we got yellow, that's me again. But Vaporizer's got some serious pace and will join this group before the end of this race.
I think Troy has a straight line speed, but Elliott is much quicker through the corners.
Yeah, he's definitely quicker through the corners, and that's mechanical grip. That final sector just shows the difference, even though it's only 3 laps of racing. Crucially, Elliott hasn't really had much running. You know, it's only his 3rd full lap just now. Here we go. Gap is coming down, and Vaporizer's absolutely hammering it down.
Second attempt for Elliott to get in front of the Mercedes.
He's not using the energy, but neither's Troy. If he used his ERS, he'd be able to get past him. Matty has crashed, I think.
What's a safety car?
Yeah. Of course. Matty, what are you doing, mate? How is that even possible? There's 2.5 laps to go.
Yeah,
how is there a safety car?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Like, no one's going to pit, and all this does do is it saves Troy. Because Troy now won't have to worry about DRS. And I guess we'll have 1 lap left. Sorry, there's 3.5 laps to go at the moment. But, no, sorry, it is 2. It's 2.5, yes. No, it's 3.5. Sorry. That's why he's done it. It's 3.5 laps to go.
Yeah. It's absolutely ruined the end of this race.
What's going to happen? People at the back are going to pit for softs. Why not?
And they will gain a lot of positions because Vaporizer and Roy are on a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, so the people on time penalties are screwed, and the guys at front aren't going to stop because you're not going to give up track position now. There's no point. But if you're Roy, no, he's going to stay out. Jones, Hilly does pit. So Hilly is going to go onto those softs. Because why not? You're at the back anyway. The only thing is, they're going to have to charge it when he comes out.
Jamie, to answer your question, he spun and immediately left the session without retiring the car, so that's why he's still running in P6 somehow. Don't ask me how happy I am with that.
Static.
What is going on with Elliot and Vaporize? I know it's all good. So DK and Healy are on the soft.
Yeah.
How much of an advantage is that going to be?
Oh, it'll be, especially with tyre warm up, it'll be a big advantage. And they will be able to catch up the field. Well, I don't know about it, it's going to be close with DK.
It will definitely be coming in this lap, the safety car.
Yeah.
No question about it. Yeah, Matty, don't feel bad, but you absolutely ruined it. No offense. Safety car in this lap. The Hilly will be good. DK will also be
won't
good.
Be far behind because they will be going. I would have thought they're going to be slowing right up now.
Yeah, they are.
They
Yeah, they have time enough. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, 2 laps of action left in this race. Once we restart it, go on board with Elliot again, who drove a brilliant race so far, and he wants to give himself a victory for sure. And Troy's gonna go, and Elliot caught a little bit off guard there, with Vaporizer following very closely behind. But it's all good, and keep your eyes on the people on the soft. DK with a double move.
Yeah.
Oh, Troy and Elliot! No way!
No way! And
no
Vaporizer's
way!
in the lead. But they're both with penalties. But look at DK's P3 already. DK's P3, and Troy has 3-second penalty. Oh my god, I didn't see that. I was too busy looking at the double move. Troy retires, understandably frustrated. But at the moment, DK is on course to win this. Oh, Elliot and the Ferrari getting all tied up there. Elliot going through, but wow. So DK's going to have such grip over these guys because 12 lap old mediums of Roik. He doesn't have to do anything stupid, but he dives it down the inside on the Williams. Is P2, but P1 on track. He was P8 at the start of this race. He's now start of this restart. He's now P2, and he's on verge for winning. He's been nowhere all race. His heart must be at 120 beats per minute right now. That adrenaline, when you get this served on a plate. The thing is, he doesn't have to drive hard. He has such a tyre advantage. Even someone like Vaporizer is not going to surely be able to compete with this grip advantage. Final lap it is. Well, it's took a while for us to get to this point, ladies and gentlemen. But we're finally here. Oh, he clips the back of the Ferrari. But he won't have the DRS. But he'll have the grip.
Keep your eye on Elliot as well. He's eager to get himself on the podium. He is going to get a P2 at this stage, but here comes DK round the outside. Can he brake late? Oh, he's trying, side by side. Oh, he brakes late.
Elliot's down the inside. Elliot could still win this race. Because Elliot has no penalties.
So if Elliot overtakes DK, he will be getting the victory in this race.
Yeah. Oh, he clips the wall. And he's going to dive bomb it. I can smell it. He has to dive bomb Vaporizer, or he's going to get dive bombed himself.
Elliot! Down the inside. But DK will get the better exit.
He's got the traction now. Hako has to dive bomb it. Oh, he defends the line. It's an awful place to be in. Oh,
Still side by
it's the
side.
Ferrari. They hit
Oh
the
my
Ferrari, but
days!
he's
And
took the
Elliot
lead.
gets in front.
Yeah.
Elliot now in front, so he will be taking the victory around here. With Vaporize still in the lead, but with a penalty, it's so close. Vaporize will drop all the way down to P7 or P6.
Yeah.
So Elliot will take the victory as DK couldn't get past Vaporizer in time. So it's Vaporizer on track, but Elliot wins the race with DK finishing in P2 and Jones is joining them on the podium for P3. Oh my days. We've waited an hour exactly for all this to unfold. Well, what an end of this race. Matty, I take everything back. Thank you very much for this ending.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good at the end.
Well, is Elliot going to get a penalty for the collision with Troy? That's going to be the big question.
Yeah.
He's on the top step right now. There was so much happening that I was trying to switch to DK and Hilly making all those moves, and then when switching, it's chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Yeah, Troy not happy in the chat, and I can fully understand that. But for now, this is your result of round 16 around Singapore. Elliot with the win, DK P2, Jones P3, Hilly P4, Vaporizer P5, Roy P6. Those are the ones who actually finished this race. Hawkey with his AI won't get any points. Troy P8, Matty P9, Vemu P10, Vapes P11, AJ P12, Brisson P13, News P14 and Charlie P15. Who it says a DNF, but he actually got disqualified in this race. Yeah.
That was mental.
That was mental. And on that note, we go back to the studio. No.
With that, back to the studio. We're going to bed.
Yes, we're definitely going to bed. But at least they made it a very interesting stream. Thank you all for watching the stream. Thank you for everyone who raced tonight. And thank you, Lewis, for joining the commentary box with me. It was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. Yes, thank you. And yeah, everyone who watched, thank you. And we'll see you next week for more.
We will be back next week. Before I forget, I will keep you guys updated on the track we are going to next week. We will be going to China. The Chini Grand Prix next week.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in for that one. And then we will round it off with Brazil after that to finish off the season. As I always say, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good one. Stay safe and good